Welcome to our channel. Spirit Flame. Here are 30 facts about human brain. 1. The common cerebrum involves about 2% of the body's absolute weight, however utilizes 20% of its all-out energy and oxygen admission. 2. Your mind is 73% water. It takes just 2% parchness to influence your consideration, memory, and other intellectual abilities. 3. An hour and a half of perspiring can briefly recoil the cerebrum as much as 1 year of maturing. 4. The cerebrum weighs around 3 pounds. A little over half of the dry weight is fat, making the cerebrum the most greasy organ in the body. 5. 25% of the body's cholesterol dwells inside the mind. Cholesterol is an essential piece of each synapse. Without sufficient cholesterol, synapses bite the dust. 6. Nobody knows without a doubt, yet the most recent gauge is that the cerebrum contains around 86 billion synapses. 7. Every neuron can send 1,000 nerve-driving forces each second and make upwards of a huge number of synaptic contacts with different neurons. 8. A piece of mind tissue the size of a grain of sand contains 100,000 neurons and 1 billion neurotransmitters, all speaking with one another. 9. All synapses are not the same. There are upwards of 10,000 explicit sorts of neurons in the mind. 10. Your mind needs a steady stock of oxygen. Just 5 minutes without oxygen can make some synapses bite the dust, prompting serious cerebrum harm. 11. Children have huge heads to hold quickly developing cerebrums. A 2-year-old's mind is 80% of grown-up size. 12. As any parent can bear witness to, adolescent cerebrums are not full-fledged. It isn't until about the age of 25 that the human cerebrum arrives at complete development. Think you're in charge of your life? Try not to be so certain. 95% of your choices happen in your psyche mind. 13. Mind data heads out up to 268 miles each hour. This is quicker than Formula One race vehicles, which top out at 240 miles per hour. 14. The mind creates around 20 watts of power. This is sufficient to control a low-wattage light. 15. There's an explanation the mind has been known as an arbitrary idea generator. As per the Laboratory of Neuroimaging at the University of Southern California, the normal mind creates 48.6 contemplations each moment. This amounts to a sum of 70,000 contemplations each day. 16. Consistently, 750 to 1,000 milliliters of blood moves through the cerebrum. This is sufficient to fill a jug of wine or liter jug of pop. 17. Your cerebrum can deal with a picture that your eyes have seen for just 13 milliseconds less time than it takes for you to squint. Size matters for certain things, yet with the mind, greater doesn't generally mean better or more brilliant. 18. As a rule, men's cerebrums are 10% greater than ladies', even subsequent to considering bigger body size. In any case, the hippocampus, the piece of the cerebrum most unequivocally connected to memory, is ordinarily bigger in ladies. 19. Albert Einstein's mind weighed 2.71 pounds, 1,230 grams, 10% more modest than the normal of 3 pounds, 1,360 grams. Nonetheless, the neuron thickness of his mind was more noteworthy than normal. 20. Neanderthal cerebrums were 10% bigger than our Homo sapiens minds. 21. While people have the biggest cerebrums relative to body weight, everything being equal, we don't have the greatest minds. That qualification has a place with sperm whales with 17-pound cerebrums. 22. Human minds have gotten altogether more modest in the course of recent years. The lost volume is comparable to the size of a tennis ball. 23. The hippocampus, the piece of the mind considered the memory focus, is essentially bigger in London taxi drivers. This is because of the psychological exercise they get while exploring the 25,000 roads of London. Our cutting-edge way of life is changing our minds. What's more, it's not for the better. 24. Ongoing pressure and gloom are uncontrolled in present-day life. Either can cause quantifiable cerebrum shrinkage. 25. The cutting-edge diet is low in omega-3 fundamental unsaturated fats. Low degrees of omega-3s bring about cerebrum shrinkage comparable to 2 years of underlying mind maturing. 26. Since the last part of the 1800s, the normal IQ have gone down 1.6 focuses each decade for an aggregate of 13.35 focuses. 27. Innovation has constrained the vast majority of us to be massive multitaskers. In any case, your cerebrum can't learn or focus on 2 things without a moment's delay. What it can do is rapidly switch to and fro between errands. In any case, doing as such abatements your capacity to focus, capacity to learn, transient memory, and generally mental execution. It even briefly diminishes IQ by up to 15 focuses. 28. Surprisingly, recent college grads, matured 18 to 34, are more absent-minded than people born after WW2. They are bound to fail to remember what day it is or where they put their keys than their folks. 29. Synapses will tear up themselves as a last trench wellspring of energy to avoid starvation. Along these lines, in genuine ways, eating less junk food, particularly low-fat eating regimens, can compel your mind to in a real sense eat itself. 30. More than 140 proteins in the cerebrum are contrarily affected by openness to electromagnetic frequencies, the sort transmitted by your PDA and other electronic gadgets. Thanks for watching. Don't forget subscribe.